back before call waiting and caller ID.
Yeah, I think I'm a, you know,
So we talking about your post?
hey, listen, y'all already know what it is,
Oh God, we live.
what it is, and what it's always gonna be. Now, I know some of y'all been under a rock, you know. Um, we are winding down to saying goodbye to this goddamn banner. I got new banners on the way. We are not Bet the House podcast anymore. It's been changes. We doing things differently, you know. I'm retiring Bet the House and I'm creating my new endeavor. It's a podcast. It's called I'll Explain All of This Later. Okay. And, you know, taking a different approach with things. You know, you still gonna get the same shenanigans, but it's a different approach. I love what we creating over here. So it's Tuesday, you know. Y'all probably got about 3 more days of this, and then we saying goodbye. Out with the old, in with the new, and we got that right there. Tara, what's going on? How you feeling?
Well, I was feeling great until
Nah, I'm
that.
just playing. I'm just it's Tuesday. I gotta fuck with you. I told you it was coming.
I thought you told me you were only nice to me on Tuesdays.
Nah, because you acted an asshole on Ryan's show. So you knew it was coming. What's happening though? All right, so look, I just want to say you women and you men on social media gotta stop this. Okay. You cannot bash a motherfucker that you was in love with for umpteen amount of time. Okay. Y'all was in love. You saw they flaws, you saw they mistakes, you still stayed with them, you still loved them, you still did everything under the sun in the bedroom with them. Why you want to diss them now? What's the point? You wasn't dissing them when you was with them, so why you doing it now? Why do it now?
Because you're angry.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. You should have been angry when you knew all these flaws was out there and you stuck by them. And that's men and women. Okay? Because I know a lot of dudes that stick with foul ass women, and I know a lot of women that stick with foul ass dudes.
Because
And
you're
they don't
hoping for change.
how?
You
4 years? 4 years and they still ain't changed?
then that's when you get angry and you realize, I came into this with you in good faith. We're supposed to grow together and do better. You're not changing. I'm fed up with it. I'm out.
But you stayed for this long though.
4 years is not a very long time. 4 years is a long time for you to
What?
learn a pattern and change your ways. But 4 years is not like this. Oh, I gave this man 25 years of my life. There's a huge difference betwixt the
No, it
two.
ain't. No, it ain't. Because 4 years you can still get your life together. 25 years and you know this motherfucker ain't changing. You might as well just pack your bags and just stay. I think I seen a post where two people married for 77 years and the man decided he wanted to get a divorce because some she did 40 some years ago. And I'm just like, my nigga, you about to die. You might as well just go ahead on and just forget about it, man. Like you
He
finna
probably met
die.
some new chick in the nursing home, and that's why
Yeah,
he
but
bringing
but
it up.
20, listen, 4 years, you got enough time to see this person flaws. You got enough time to see what you don't like. Matter of fact, you're seeing what you don't like in a year. Okay. I don't know. And I've done it. I've stayed in something past 3 or 4 years and realized that, yo, every day that I was there, I realized it during while it was going on. 7 years, 3 kids. I realized like I really don't like it here. Like, like for real. Like I really don't like it here. You know what I'm saying? Because but I knew your flaws. I knew your flaws, but I stayed. But I'm only amplifying your flaws right now because we're no longer together. My thing about that is though, why you wasn't amplifying it when y'all was together? Like if you walked into something and you knew somebody was broke, for example, but you stayed with them. Y'all was together.
Because you thought that you could build with this person. 4 years is long enough for you to
How
understand
the
no
hell is
matter
you
what
gonna
you
build?
teach them, they're not going to do right.
Okay. So if you knew this person was broke, they live with their mama.
No, I ain't doing all that.
They live with their mama. They the only card they got to themselves to their name is a link card. And you
Oh,
stayed with them. You stayed with them. But now, hold on. Now, after let's say 4 years, you decide enough is enough. Cool. Now you got to put that person on blast. Now it's an issue that they a broke ass mama living with their mama, link card only having ass person. But they wasn't all that when you was all in their face for them 4 years though.
love will do that. The newness of a relationship and getting to know somebody, you fell in love with this person clearly for their personality, because it couldn't have been for them staying with their mama and being broke. So you think you're a good person. I see potential. Ooh, we women are so guilty of that potential stuff. I see potential in him. And I think that I'm that thing that can help him get up and become ambitious and driven and all of that. And you go through for the first year and 2 years, and maybe y'all do break up a couple of times. Maybe he woos you back with promises of change. So you stay year 3. By year 4, you see this ain't that, and you want out.
Okay, Jade says they was that the 4 years too. So why you stayed in? If you feel a certain type of way about somebody and you know they ain't shit, why don't you get up and walk away? Why do all your real feelings and your real thoughts about that person, why are they exposed now during the breakup? Why aren't they being said in the honeymoon? I love you. We in this. You
Because you
my
don't see
son.
that. During the honeymoon
How?
phase, this person is perfect. Everything is perfect. That's why they call
Man,
it the honeymoon phase. Now, once you get into the real relationship meetup, and I'm pretty sure this woman was telling this man all his flaws. I'm sure she told him over the years how sick and tired of being sick and tired that she was. He wasn't listening, or vice versa, whoever is the one that left. So the question shouldn't be about why that person blasting them now. Clearly, they're hurt. They feel like they wasted their time. They fed up. They feel cheated. All these things, so they're expressing themselves. But the real question is, why didn't the fool change to keep her?
because, okay, I'm going to tell you, because you were comfortable with me not changing.
Oh Lord. So this is dysfunction all about.
You loved me when I was broke, when I ain't have no hair. I loved you when you know, big forehead and all. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. I loved you, even though I know that all your friends is hoes. So in the back of my mind, I think you a hoe too. Like, I loved you for that. You know what I'm saying? I ignored all of that. But now you have a grace period. Okay? You can fix being broke.
Mm-hmm.
You're definitely not going to be with me and be broke. Now, I can deal with you not having all the money in the world off top. Yes, I can. But now you have a grace period. You got maybe 6 months to get your shit together. You're not going to be just staying in my house making TikTok trends. That ain't going to work. Okay? So unless you making some money off TikTok, unless TikTok is paying you, then make all the trends you want. Do your thing. Okay, I'm gonna hold the phone for you. But my thing with that is, if I come into a situation, people try to love the red flags out of people. I get it. I've had many people try to love me through my red flags. So I get it. And I had a lot of them. But my thing is, you can't, just like when dudes be trying to call women hoes. Oh, you was a hoe anyway. And I just be like, bro, you was with her for 7 years. So what the fuck that make you? Like, that's what my mind frame be like. We try to bash each other, but yet and still we was with each other.
Because we were hurt. We're hurt and we're angry.
But
Again,
it don't make
because
it
9
no.
times out of 10, you didn't want to have to leave the person. You
Yeah.
wanted them to love you enough to change to keep you, and they didn't. So it's all kinds of emotions going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we
But you
live in
know,
this is a free country. You have freedom of speech here. So if I'm mad at you and I want to call you all kind of bitch ass niggas, that's what I'm gonna do.
nah, see, you ain't gonna do that with me.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that with you. What I'm
No, no,
saying is, if
no.
this
I'm saying,
woman feels that way or this man feels that way and they want to vent, it's their social media page. It's
I
their
I
life.
feel like, but listen though, I feel like once you go public and you air all this dirty laundry, we airing out all our dirty laundry to each other. This shit is over with.
Well, if they
There's no,
already left and they doing it anyway,
yeah,
it was already
but
over.
you know how couples make up the breakup. They, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I can deal with
I'll do
whatever
that. I'm putting that.
I could deal with whatever you got to say about me in private. Cool. You say how you feel how you say. Once you get on social media, once you get on the crowd, once you tell your mama and them, oh yeah, we done. There's
Well,
no
if you
coming back from that.
you shouldn't do any. First of all, to be honest, I'm just being silly here, but you should never get on social media and air your business of any kind because
Yeah.
somebody's always going to throw that back up in your face. And again, if you do want to get back and reconcile with this person, like if they don't know what you've done, now everywhere they go, you got people judging them. Your friends and family will never forget or forgive, even
Facts.
if you do. But
Facts.
also, it's immature. Why you look like the fool? Because that's what people are going to say. Well, if he was this bad, why was you with him for this long? So
That's my,
nobody
that's
wins in
my
that
point.
situation. But if the person left already, then I don't understand why y'all thinking about getting back together. No, well, y'all got to stop spinning the block. This shit is tiring.
Listen, some relationships, some breakups don't be real breakups though.
If the person leaves the house and tells their family or gets on social media, they left for real.
Nah, I can't agree with that because I've had to do that several times and I've had it happen to me.
But did you hear what I said? I said if they left the house and then they went to social media and they family,
Not
it's
social
over.
media, family maybe, but not social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it all depends on what's being said. You can go tell somebody, yeah, I left, I'm done, and not go into detail. But now if you don't went into detail, you know what I'm saying, and it's some pretty graphic details. Like, for example, the couples that be taking pictures of they nigga drawers and it be shit stains in the drawers and shit, and they be taking pictures. Now, my thing with that is you knew this nigga was like that before the breakup and you stayed. So my thing is, why you trying to put him on blast now? That's embarrassing both of y'all because you stayed. I'm pretty sure this shit ain't just happened, you know what I'm saying, yesterday as you was moving your shit out the house. Yeah, I moved out yesterday and this is what I found. Nah, this shit been going on. And you just not now saying something. Come on, man. I hate that shit, honestly. And I hate to use that example, but that's what you see on social media. And it be the same shit with the people that you on camera. Okay, you pulled your camera out. Cool. Now what? You gonna stay? You gonna stay? What's the point? If you know this motherfucker ain't shit, it ain't that much love in the world for you to stay.
Yes, it is.
How?
Listen, first of all, I'm a woman and you're a whole man, okay? So when you
Flan, what up?
So when you are a dude and you think you're supposed to, because some of these emo dudes are trash, when you're supposed to think logically, you're doing what you're doing. You're saying, I'm here, I got all these flaws, you knew it, you stayed, so what's the issue? But there's enough love. You can love somebody enough that you really, they call it rose-colored goggles, they call it the honeymoon phase. You can be so in love with someone and just keep looking this over because you just know that the way that you love them, the way that you treat them is going to change that. It's not realistic, but that's what you think. And as women, as nurturers, we don't want to be the chick that gave up on her man. And and wasn't this and wasn't a ride or die. Like we have this programming. So yes, we will stay, but eventually the love starts to wear thin when we're not getting what we want. So you can't keep up with your flaws, make no effort to change at all, and then get mad when I leave and I want to call you a couple of names because I'm mad you didn't love me enough to change to keep me.
Okay, so now here I raise the question of this. in a relationship, I really don't care if you walk off on me. I really don't care. It's a relationship. We don't have no ties to each other. We just in a relationship. Cool. Walk off. I feel like if you have a problem with my flaws, that is the stage where you essentially can walk away. You can walk away with no consequences and repercussions, not physically or nothing like
Unless you're already in love.
that.
If you're
Yeah,
already in love, walking
but
away is not that
okay.
easy.
Don't walk into the marriage part and now all of a sudden you got a bunch of flaws and a bunch of issues and a bunch of things going on because now you have already stayed and said, I do, which you do. So it's too late to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got regrets. You got so many flaws, but you knew this. You knew this before we got to this stage. And
Let
this is
me
why,
ask you a question.
this is why, go ahead.
You work at a job. Your first day there, you see it's an absolute clusterfuck. And you think, I'm skilled at this, and this. I'm going to turn this bitch around. It's going to be okay. And that's what you do. But at that 7, 10, 15, 20-year mark, you get tired. Sometimes it doesn't take that long. Sometimes you think you can fix a situation or a person.
Yeah.
And then when you get to that 4 years is so much longer than 2. Now you can't take it anymore. Time wears people down, Ken. Smash. It does.
You knew that at 2 years. You knew that at 2 years.
You knew at 2 years about the flaws. It hadn't filled the brim yet. Maybe you were only a third full, or maybe even a fourth. Somehow during 4 years, now you are filled and you tired.
Yeah, but I just feel like, okay, so who do you think gets to push the exit button quicker, men or women?
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, I think men do. And I'll tell you why. Men are some of the biggest cheaters known on God's green earth. They're not leaving. Essentially, they're not leaving because they can still go out, cheat, come back home, act like nothing ever happened. I feel like we push the exit button a lot quicker because we have zero tolerance for a lot of things. In my case in particular, I had zero tolerance for a lot of things. I felt like if you did not do what I'm used to doing or how I'm used to having things done, I've already tuned everything out. You know what I'm saying? I've already tuned out everything. So my motto, and again, people change, but my motto back then was, I'm a cheat.
Oh my God.
Plain and simple. And I don't feel good about it, but that was my motto. If you didn't do things the way I wanted them done or how I wanted them done or how I was used to, I'm a cheat. And the difference about that is I still came home and I still did what I had to do.
So what? But you cheated. So that trumps both those two things.
No, in a sense, yes. But at least temporarily, I felt better. Okay.
Why not just leave? Why would you stay and cheat? Why are you staying too long?
Okay. There's a bunch of reasons why men don't fully leave. Okay. For me, and I'm gonna speak for me. For me, when I did my wrongs, it was easier for me to just say, you know what? I could leave. Fuck all this. But then I think about how much money I done put into this. I think about how much time I done put into this. I think about the kids. Okay. The kids like it here. The kids love, I feel like, I don't feel like starting over. The same reason how people say if I break up with somebody, I'm gonna go to what I already know just because I don't want to add another body to my belt. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go spin the block. So that's why a lot of people don't leave. It's not right, but who wants to restart all over again? Like
people who want to be happy. People who
Man,
don't want to be miserable, being comfortable and miserable is so much worse than having to start over and find somebody new. Y'all crazy. Y'all a different breed out here these days.
it's cheaper to keep them though.
Not if okay, it depends on where your value lies. Is your value
Uh,
lying with your finances or with your mental health and your emotional health? It depends on where your value lies.
but okay, I just feel like sometimes we feel like, and my whole persona was, I know I probably ain't gonna find if I got a list of 10 things in my mind that I love for a woman to have. So I feel like even if you check out 6 of those 10, you good in my book. Anything under 6, it's like I know I'm a cheat.
Oh
So
my
I'm
God.
and I'm just speaking off of me. I know I'm a cheat. So I tend to give people grace. Like I said, I give people grace, but I know I'm a cheat. I just know it. So my whole thing was I had to find me. And I think that's what it was, because I from 16 to maybe 30, I had never been single. Like all my relationships, I was getting in relationships back to 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 back. I was never giving myself time to heal. So
Mhm.
I came in with a bunch of flaws just off of that, because I wasn't giving myself no time to heal. Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I believed in that. To get over somebody, you got to get under somebody. I believed in that. So I didn't give myself a time to heal. So every relationship I was getting in, it was already starting off bad because I wasn't healed from the last one. I'm with you now because I'm trying to get over the last. And I ain't even took 24 hours. Like, you don't want to be with me? Cool. I mean, hey, what you doing? What you got going on? I'm finna come over. Simple shit. I ain't let myself heal. I
But
ain't do none of that.
but none of this has anything to do with whether or not you'll stay somewhere too long. You
Yes, it
do
does.
realize people change. I might be completely in love with you for 10 years, and then in that 11th year discover I don't like who you
But
are anymore.
if you're not what I'm used to, right? You're not what I'm used to. You're the complete opposite of what I'm used to. And I stay. You know what I'm saying? Because I like it here. But in my mind, you like me too.
Mhm.
But you see, I got flaws. Like I just said, I don't stay, I don't get attached too long. Like I move around. I'm here, but I'm not here. You know what I'm saying? So you know this, but you still decide to stay. That's why I said early, ain't that much love in the world. Like if you know this person is not here for you, they don't want you. And now, I used to feel like I was embarrassing myself. You know what I'm saying? Begging and pleading for somebody to be with me, knowing they didn't want to be with me. It used to make me feel ashamed at a lot of points in my life. It's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
True. What are you doing?
You know what I'm saying? This person don't want you, and you don't want this person.
You just
So
don't want
what
to be
are y'all
alone.
doing?
You
But
want to,
yeah,
you don't want to be alone, and you want
that,
you fear being alone more than you do fear, being with that
yeah.
person. So, misery loves company, though. But the point is, Ken, for real, if you get tired after so many years,
Yeah.
you get tired. You do not have to stay and be miserable. So if the 4-year mark is when you realize I can no longer deal with these flaws, I thought I could at first. I thought I could change them. I thought we would grow together. I thought whatever you were thinking, and now you come full face with it and you say, okay, this is not changing. This is never going
Nah,
to change, and I don't want it anymore.
I feel like you should know that at the 1 year mark.
You can feel whatever the fuck you
If
want. What
if
does that
you
have to do
know
with anything?
if you know that you are unhappy and the
Maybe
behavior
you weren't unhappy in the first year or 2 or 3.
and the
Maybe
behavior,
now you've
but you
changed something in
you
you internally, and now you're like, babe, let's fix this. And he's like, nah, I like it here. You no longer like it here. So
yeah,
leave.
yeah, but my thing is, does love actually blind common sense?
Yes, yes, and so does a big dick. But let me tell you something. Good sex, and I shouldn't say a big dick. I should say a dick that knows how to hit the spot. Okay. Anytime you have great sex or you have someone who has fallen
Uh,
in love with someone, Those are the two things on this planet for women. I can only speak for women, because I'm a woman, and for some women who have experienced this. Will drive you have no common sense. Literally, when a girl gives up her virginity to a dude, she releases certain things in her brain that become connected to that dude, like heroin addicts do off one hit. That's a chemical thing. It's a scientific thing. So yeah, you give us something that we've never had before, that we feel like we cannot live without, because we are just constantly releasing these hormones and connecting ourselves deeper to you. But then eventually she gets used to you. You know what I'm saying? She's already pair bonded with you. It's fine. But now you're tired. What that sex still hit, but it ain't this newness to you no more. You were in love with them, but now you're not sure if you are anymore.
So
you don't have to. I don't subscribe to the thought that once you're in love with somebody, you're always in love with them. That is bullshit.
So you think that good sex makes people stay longer than what they should?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I can agree with that.
Absolutely. I can agree
with that.
I'm so guilty of that. As every woman I've ever talked to and had a conversation with like that. Yes. Because it's the pleasure of it.
I think I've been guilty of that. Again, 7 years, 3 kids. I stayed mostly for the kids, and for the fact that you love my flaws and you allow my flaws, and I knew that I could do whatever the fuck I wanted, and you wasn't gonna go nowhere. So that's another reason why people overlook flaws, because they feel like, yo, this person ain't gonna leave me.
And that's disgusting. The fact that you would know that
that
person is that loyal to you, and that is how you repay that loyalty, you're disgusting.
Yep. I've seen it.
Well, people, when you do bad, it comes back to you. So you know what? You the type of dude that hop around with all these women and break all these hearts. The first time you fall in love, she gonna be the one to leave your ass. It's what you get.
Yep. And we don't believe it's gonna happen till it happens. You know what I'm saying? We don't believe it's gonna happen. We feel like, oh, I'm a player. I know that's how I felt. I ain't gonna lie. My whole life, I felt like, man, I'm not worried about karma. I don't love none of these motherfuckers. Blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Shit, I'm just doing me. I'm young and getting it. But I made a reel not too long ago, and karma has a way of getting you. And if karma can't get you, it's gonna get everybody around you till you realize, like, oh yeah, this bitch karma is not a joke.
Not a joke now.
So I feel like this situations where you feel like you getting fed up, it's time to have that conversation. It's time to sit down and it's time to have that conversation. And it's time, because the comings and goings, that shit's so toxic. We on again, we off again, we breaking up the makeup, we having sex to cover up all our issues. Like, we got real issues, and sex don't fix those issues.
No, it does not.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how it might temporarily
feel great.
Yeah. And you might forget everything just for that moment. But when it's done, it's like, okay,
time to address the real issues.
Yeah, you still ain't shit and I still ain't shit. How do we fix it?
There's no way that conversation didn't happen. She's had that conversation multiple times. No woman has ever woke up after 4 years without ever telling her husband anything was ever wrong and just leaves. You try to have those conversations all the time. Dudes don't want to listen. But then when you pack up and leave, now they understood where they went wrong and were willing to talk and change and have changed and have been reformed. Bullshit.
Raw in the building. What up, my boy?
Ridiculous.
Hey, he ain't lying. He ain't lying, because we don't think, listen, and I hate to say this, but I felt like, yeah, good sex, quality time. Like, if I felt like you was trying to leave me, I got all the time in the world for you now. I'm around. We kicking it. Let's do this, because I wanted to, like, keep you under wraps, in a sense. Like, I'm here, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know how you get that nigga, well, you don't, but Fellas, y'all know how y'all get that nigga intuition like, oh, she unhappy today. She trying to leave. Here go Tony from her job. He trying to slide in, get in where he fit in. Oh no, we gotta fix that shit. Hey, I'm taking you out tonight. Ooh, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, these are the things that it's a form of manipulation.
Yes.
Okay, because you don't want her, and you feel like you losing her, so you got to reel her back in, even if it's just for a second. I've been there.
So sick. This is sick. It's so sick. This
Yeah,
is so terrible to do to people.
I
If
mean,
you don't want someone, let them go. Leave. Let them go. Do whatever. Let them know you
but
don't want
I
them.
like you though. I don't want to let you go right now. I like you. Who's to say that if I step out this door and get to searching for something else, yeah, that person got good vagina. That person they can cook, they can clean, but they not you.
But eventually the bad outweighs the good, right? So you got all these great things during the honeymoon phase, and you start picking up all of these things that you're like, oh, I don't know about this. And eventually, if nothing is changing and there's no growth betwixt the two, the bad is up here and the good is down low. And at that time, it's time to go. I don't care how comfortable you were, how happy you used to be 2 years ago, how good it is when y'all in the sack. Where does your value lie? If that's what you're looking for, then go and be miserable. But if you tired, leave. And I can agree with you. You don't need to be immature when you leave and start talking stuff and defaming people. But again, if that person hurt you or wronged you in your mind, and this is how you choose to release, we can't do nothing about that. They can do and say whatever they want to. And if you're mad, then you can do it and say whatever you want to. Or you can leave them to look like the fool that they are to everyone that they clowning in front of and just keep your peace.
What if leaving was just a bluff though?
I don't understand how leaving is just a bluff if you out here defaming people and slandering people and all that.
I'm saying even before it gets to the defaming and all that, but what if leaving was just a bluff?
If I left, it wasn't a bluff.
Again, speaking off experience, like, you know what I'm saying? A motherfucker can tell you, look, when you get your shit together, call me. I'll be right here. I'll be there. But I'm gonna give you time to get your shit together. Cause right now, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Then you looking like, oh man, I still got him. I still got her. Until you don't, because nobody gonna wait forever.
No, they're not.
All right. They're healing. And the longer you sit here and play games, the longer you're showing them that you can live without them or they can live without you, you're opening up the door for the next person because they only gonna wait until they heal. Once you got from the time they walk out that door to the time that they heal.
What you need to look at that is you need to look at, I waited too late. The moment somebody tell you that this ain't it, I'm out. If you get your issue together, come holler at me. There should be no revisiting. You should start over fresh with somebody who don't know all those flaws and downfalls and all of that made them leave. Go be the new version of you with someone who don't know the bad.
You're gonna go through the same cycle.
Oh my God. How many girlfriends have you had?
I'm saying you're gonna go through the same cycle. If this person just walked out for a whole bunch of flaws, and now you done ran into this person who don't know your flaws, and they go through the same thing and they leave you, and then that person.
No, because what you just said was they took the time to heal, which means they shouldn't have, like, okay, let's say they had 100% flaws at first. By the time they start dating the next person, they should be down to about 10% of their flaws left.
No, I'm talking about the person that left healing. Like,
okay, what you do is you take all the signs you knew about what you didn't like with the last dude and don't pick them up in the new dude. That's what you do. You got to stop making the same mistakes. And a lot of us go and date the same type of man. So glad that my man is nothing like the motherfuckers I've dated before. In all honesty, it's a new world. It's new beginnings. It's new experiences.
Because it is the honeymoon phase. So don't
do
that.
No, but even if that is the truth, it's still the characteristics and the personality are unprecedented for me. I've never experienced this before. So that won't change regardless of the stages. So if you keep dating the same type of dude who shows you he cheats, the same type of dude who wants to give you all these demands but won't agree to any, then you deserve whatever you get.
I think it starts with accountability. Here's a word, ladies, that y'all don't know. Accountability. Okay? Let's say it together. Accountability.
Accountability.
Ladies, go look it up. Go look it up.
And make sure you take your man with you so he can look it up too. Because y'all love to go out here and cheat and call it an accident or a mistake. It was neither. Be accountable.
What up, my boy? Accountability. Listen. I'm gonna tell you right now, though, you can prolong a failing relationship. If fellas, if you laying down the pipe the right way, you can prolong a failing relationship. Like, you know that motherfucker over with. But as long as she's dick dumb, you in there. And ladies, as long as that man is pussy whipped, you in there. You could lie, you could cheat, you could damn near steal from the nigga and he wouldn't give a fuck.
But don't, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. And I think you put too much, you put too much emphasis on that. It's like when you talk to people, you be like, yeah, do it this way. All the terrible stuff you egg on, and then you sound all sad and somber when you pretending to want to tell them to do what's right. Get your life together. This is too much.
I'm just saying, like, I've been in situations where, you know, again, when I feel like something is going wrong and this person is getting ready to leave, I've been in a situation where I done brought gifts and did dates and did spontaneous shit.
But you were doing those things to keep them under your thumb. You didn't mean it. So it doesn't matter.
Technically, I did mean it because I spent my motherfucking money. So I meant something.
You meant to keep her under your thumb. You didn't mean it because you actually felt this way and wanted to fight for this woman and build. So you mean to tell me you think if somebody gets to the 4-year mark of a marriage, even if they want to kill that person, they should stay there for the rest of their natural born lives?
I think if you're not being abused, or, you know what I'm saying, if you're not being abused, you can work past cheating. Okay?
Speak for yourself, because I cannot.
Your nigga's a cheater. He was a cheater before you got married. He's gonna be a cheater afterwards. Like,
so you think all men cheat? You think all men cheat and will never grow out of that phase, and everybody that's married has slept around on their wife?
I think all men have cheated at some point in in a relationship in their life. Yes.
Okay, but I'm talking about marriages. You think that if you get married, a man is never, ever, ever going to settle down and just be faithful to his wife ever in life?
I know men who will say they've never cheated. Do I believe
I didn't say that? Look, they could have cheated on girlfriends and every girlfriend and got married and said, this is the time where I'm letting those foolish things go. You think every man has cheated on their wife? Every man? I
don't think every man. No.
Okay. Because Lord have mercy.
I think a good percentage has. Okay. Especially when you've been with somebody 15, 20 years. You're not gonna sit here and give it to me. If you got 10 men that's been married 15, 20 years, at least 3 of them motherfuckers done cheated. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Now, I mean, I can believe that. It might be 50%, to be honest. Shit, it might be 70, 80%.
I believe,
but it's not all.
But I believe, though, again, like
I
was pussy whipped. You know what I'm saying? So back in them days, I was pussy whipped. You could tell me, like I said, you could damn near steal $500 from me and I wouldn't even think twice about it because it's you. You know what I'm saying? But that's the kind of mind frame that people have. But what you ain't gonna do is once we break up, you definitely not finna get on social media and play dirty laundry games with me, because I'm already building up a memo in my brain. Like, I hope we never have to go there, because I don't. But now it becomes a mudslinging contest, and nobody wants to do that shit. Because
because who does that benefit? It hurts the kids, it hurts the memories, it hurts your family, it makes your friends question how sane you are for staying. It hurts the two of you. And if you share kids, why are you trying to be enemies? See, co-parenting is very, very important. People need to calm down with that.
My boy Raw just hit it on the nail. I know for a fact all men don't cheat, but I also know for a fact they one argument away from doing so. Facts. Would you agree with that?
No, I think that there are some men who are grown, actual adult, mature men who may be one argument away from leaving, but they don't have to be piss poor, dirt ball, fuck faces and out here cheating.
I'm telling you right now, I ain't sleeping on no motherfucking couch. I'm gonna go sleep in somebody else's bed before I sleep on the couch. I don't give a
You was
fuck what
playing.
you
And this is exactly, you know what? Keep it up. Keep it up. That's all I'm gonna say. This type of foolishness. Why not just go rent a hotel room or something and stay by yourself and think about why you in the
say by
doghouse
myself.
and then fix it?
Do you realize that rent is expensive, right?
I do. So just lay on the couch. You
Y'all
still suck up the same air, heat, whatever it
Hey,
is. Just get in the
listen.
couch.
Hey, listen. Men cheat. Women cheat.
I've
All right.
never.
The flaws is there, but my thing is, if we can't talk it out like adults, if we can't step up and handle our shit and communicate effectively, see what I've learned is men and women both, we don't communicate to understand. You know what I'm saying? We communicate to argue. You know what I'm saying? We listen to argue. We don't listen to see each other's point of view. We listen to literally argue. You know
You
what I'm saying?
think you came up with that? Is that what you just said?
No, I said what I've realized.
Oh, okay.
For me, I listen, ain't shit new under the sun. And a lot of times I would get into arguments and I'd be like, okay, and I shut the fuck up. I shut up. I let
You
them
ain't never in your life.
I
Never in your life.
I promise you, I let them get their rocks off. I sit right here in the background and be quiet. No body language, no nothing. But now when it's my turn, you would swear we was playing basketball and they was Marv Albert or somebody, and they got commentary for everything I say. Like, come on, man. Like, communication works two ways.
What about when
I
you're
hear
done communicating? What
I
about
hear
when you
you.
communicated over the years and this mofo wasn't listening? Now you're just enraged and off the chain. You
Yeah,
have the person
yeah.
who wouldn't change and grow has to take accountability for the monster they created. She's mad and she hurt because of you. You
No,
did it, so deal with it.
I just think women right now, they listen to too much Beyonce and too much Mary J. And you know, they so independent, you can't tell them shit, and they don't be wanting to hear shit, you know, and they feel like, you know, they are the man. You know, I've been in that situation where a person felt like, no, I wear the draws around here, you just here type shit. And again, maybe they cook good, maybe they fuck good, maybe they take care of you, maybe they give you a couple dollars. So you allow that shit, men and women. So you allow that shit because, you know, again, you know what your life was before them. So you kind of allow it, not saying you necessarily okay with it, but you kind of allow it because the getting is good right now. Now, once the getting stops being good, now all of a sudden you got all the problems in the world because the getting ain't good no more. You know what I'm saying? Your dick don't got an effect. Her pussy don't got an effect on you no more. You know what I'm saying? That shit wears off. So now,
But if you ain't enjoying the sex, I'm gonna leave.
yeah, now all the problems is coming up. Now all the problems is coming up. Things is coming up. Everything is turning up. Now everything is magnified. You see everything clearly now because you
Yes,
know what.
because the sex is terrible and the rose-colored goggles are gone and all of that good stuff. But why is
Yep.
the sex terrible? Why are these dudes out here slacking like this? Why
Because
is the sex
no,
terrible?
not even that. Maybe a woman is just mentally, or a man, they both have mentally just checked out. Like
That's true.
what I figured it out is it don't matter how good your dick is. When a woman says she don't want to fuck, she don't want to fuck. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Like, and the moment that she says, nah, I'm cool, after 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of you giving, and she loved that shit while that shit was good. But now she over your shit.
Yep.
So now dick ain't gonna help. She don't even want it.
Yep.
That's when you know the shit over with.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you right now, all firsthand experience. That's when you know the shit over with. And you could think in your head, damn, it's somebody else. It might be. It might be. I'm not gonna say it ain't, but in most cases, that woman is done. Like she's already mentally turned off. It ain't gotta be about nobody else. It could be just you. She's mentally turned off. She don't even, you probably have fucked it up for the next 5 or 10 niggas that approach her because she's so fucking turned off by the shit that you done said and did. And like I said, I'm only speaking off what I've experienced.
You are speaking 100% facts right now.
And you think your shit hidden, like you know your shit hidden. So now you bugging up like, damn, it's somebody else, ain't it? because you ain't never turned me down. You ain't never
Good.
went this
Think
long
all
without
those
getting me.
stupid things. Think all of that. Whatever to torture you the most after you done
Right.
wasted our time.
Now you upset. Now you angry. Now you saying all type of off the wall shit to get attention because you feel like this is what you gotta do now. But I'm gonna tell y'all that shit don't work. That woman is unbothered. Okay.
Yeah.
So now in hindsight, you gotta be unbothered too. Y'all gotta have an unbothered contest and see who gonna win. But listen, like my people said, if the sex ain't hidden, it's over with, Chief. It's over with. Like, find something else to do. It's over with because it's over with. If that's your last Uno draw 4 card and it ain't working, and she hit your ass with a reverse,
Get up out of there.
it's over with, Chief.
Over with.
Tara, you got some words of encouragement for the good people tonight before we wrap this up?
I do. Like I say all the time, I love that YOLO phrase. Listen, you only live once. So make sure you spend as much time being happy as possible. If you've tried to work on your relationship and it isn't working, amicably break up and go live your best life doing who or whatever you want to do.
Live your best life.
Yeah. Even if it's by yourself, you do not have to be in a relationship to be happy all the time. If your end goal is to end up with somebody, then take that time to heal, take that time to slowly and truly find who you're looking for, or let them find you. And then you can go ahead back on your journey of happiness with someone else. But be happy with self, please.
Man, the whole to get over somebody, you got to get under somebody bullshit only work for so long.
It doesn't work at all. You're just distracting yourself. And then eventually that closet door gonna come open and all them bodies gonna come out and all those emotions and feeling and all that hurt. And you are going to be in trouble.
True enough. Listen, super excited about everything that I got popping off. I can't wait. I got a new show coming. I got some new co-hosts coming. It's gonna be really, really dope. Really, really dope. I'm telling y'all, like y'all are gonna see another side of Big Smash. It's always been there, but we gonna dive into it a little bit more, you know. This is my phase of understanding, you know. I'm in my understanding mode.
Should have
Right
had it 2 years ago.
Nah, probably longer than that, but who's counting? But listen, y'all already know what it is, man. Shout out to you good people. Like I said earlier, we are closing the chapter on Bet the House podcast. The new phase is going to be called I'll Explain All This Later. And it's
That's cute.
just different, you know.
I thought it sounded stupid at first, but it's actually cute.
Oh yeah, it's dope. It's dope because the format and everything, the concepts and how we doing is gonna be super dope. So
And it's
shout
still
out
gonna
to
be
y'all.
on Tuesdays at 7 because you gotta make sure I'm available.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be here, but as far as my podcast is gonna be totally different. But let everybody know what you got going on, man, and check it out.
You can find me on YouTube at Opinionated Sense. You can also find me on Opulence Radio on Monday nights and Wednesday nights, and you can find my podcast with
Facts.
my amazing co-host on all streaming
We're
platforms.
not
It is
doing that
called
shit.
One Man and One Woman, the podcast.
All right, so first of all, I really want everybody, if you never checked out Late Night Flex before, I need y'all to drop in and check out Late Night Flex this Friday. I got smoke in the air, and I really feel like, you know, my radio mates are really playing in my face like I'm just one of them. So
did you ever ask Raw if he's guilty? Did you ask
no,
Plan if
no.
he's guilty? So
Raw
you just
was on
gonna flame
bullshit.
these men on Friday
Raw
and you don't
was
even know
on
what you're talking about.
bullshit. I pulled up on Raw via text message this morning. He was on bullshit. So I told his ass, it's Big Smash against the 4 Coastmen. And I promise y'all, Friday, Late Night Flex, I got something for y'all ass. Since y'all
I will be
think.
listening. I cannot wait to hear
Damn it.
this. Hilarious.
God damn it. Sick of y'all. The 4 Coastmen. The fuck. Listen. Y'all already know what it is, man. Shout out to my people, man. They doing their thing. I'm actually finna go jump on Boom shit right now. I'm late, but he already knew what it was. But listen, man.
I was supposed to be on his show.
Facts, we both late. We gotta get on top of that. Listen, y'all already know what it is. I'll catch y'all soon enough.